I'm Kevin Richardson from the Backstreet Boys. And besides music, that deep down inside of me, my passion is the environment and preserving it. Planet Earth needs your help. Fortunately, young people are going wild, taking action, and making a difference for our environment. I need you to join the battle. Clean up a park, plant a tree, learn more about our land, and I promise you'll be rewarded by the same powerful love of nature I discovered at your age. Go wild, take action. I love traveling the globe playing my music, but it's kind of hard to have a conversation. So I'm taking a break at California's Clover Elementary School to meet 10-year-old environmentalists who really know what's up. We are going to work together, studying environmental heroes from the past, searching for lessons we can use today.
I think it's really important to protect the earth because a lot of us like camping and going to the beach, and if we protect the earth, we can do that for millions of years.
So now I know you guys have been working really hard on your projects, studying about your heroes in the environmental and conservation movement. So who's going to come up here and tell us about art in the conservation movement? Who's going to start with that?
My name is Maggie, and I want to be an artist. I picked George Catlin as my conservation hero. Catlin was a self-taught artist who traveled throughout the West. He made highly detailed paintings of Native Americans.
By painting the rich Native American culture, Catlin hoped to inspire the protection of Native peoples in a great nation's park.
Lands should be set aside, he wrote, in a magnificent park, a nation's park. In 1872, Catlin's vision became a reality when Yellowstone National Park was established.
Today, Native Americans still teach care for the earth.
This was brought by my grandson. This was the Creator's words to our people. These gifts that I present to you, the roots, the salmon, the deer, they're yours to take care of. And if you take care of them, they in turn will take care of you. They were taught to only take what they needed, so that next year it would come back to them.
By bringing back the salmon, Native peoples are helping all of us learn to care for the natural world that continues to inspire young artists. Dylan Pierce first picked up a brush when he was 3 years old. Now in his teens, he shows a timeless talent for watercolor wildlife.
About 10 or 11, I found that I like to do the wildlife the best. A lot of times I'll start with a small sketch just to show or see how I like the composition. And then once I've got it planned, I'll go to the bigger one on the paper that I'm going to paint on.
Dylan travels to art shows all over the country all the time, often meeting people who do not believe this can be his work.
And I paint at the shows so then they can see the progress of it and see that I really painted it.
His paintings always draw interest and sometimes small fortunes. This tiger went for $15,000.
Oh, there's so many animals that I really like, and there's so many animals that I feel like I need to paint because I haven't yet. I need to do a wolf. I'm thinking about maybe doing some marine life.
Wow, what an amazing story and talented individual. And he's only a couple of years older than you guys, so that's inspiring. Now, who's going to teach us about the impact of writing in the conservation movement?
Writers were really important in opening up people's eyes to the importance of conservation. But I want to tell you about Elwood Hoffer, a writer who helped save American bison from extinction.
We found the original Forest and Stream article from 1894. This is what the article said.
On Tuesday, March 13th, Burgess left the Lake Hotel for the Pelican Creek, traveling, of course, on snowshoes.
Burgess took some shots and soon located his man. The man was busy skinning a buffalo, and 5 of these animals lay about him.
There have been at least 11 buffalo killed, and no one knows how many more. It is evident that unless something is done at once to make poaching a crime, the Yellowstone Park buffalo will very soon be wholly exterminated. Thanks to the courage of Elwood Hoffer, the first reporter to enter Yellowstone National Park in the winter, the country was inspired to pressure Congress to take action. Like my conservation hero, Elwood Hoffer, I plan to take action by writing a story about the need to protect natural habitats in my community and send it to my local newspaper.
And that is a good idea. Good job, guys. Great work. Give them a round of applause, guys. Now, in 1903, seeing that the feather hunters were wiping out Florida's egret population, President Roosevelt established Pelican Island, and that was the first national wildlife refuge. Today, there are over 500 sanctuaries devoted to providing vital habitat for birds and wildlife of every description. All these sanctuaries need professional game wardens, park rangers, and a host of other professional naturalists to care for them. My friend Tanya picked one of the first professional game wardens as her hero.
Hi, I'm Tanya, and my family and I love to watch birds. I chose Guy Bradley as my conservation hero. He died trying to protect birds. At the turn of the 20th century, ladies like to wear hats with feathers, and they will pay a lot of money for the hats. People in the Florida Everglades National Park, including Guy Bradley, would shoot what were called plume birds, such as herons and egrets, for their feathers. Guy Bradley changed. He not only stopped killing birds, he became a game warden. He was killed defending the Cuthbert Rookery, a place where plume birds built their nest.
Thanks to Guy Bradley, wading birds still nest in the Cuthbert Rookery.
This is it, the last big rookery left in Everglades National Park. We had 200,000 or 300,000 wading birds nesting in what's now Everglades National Park in the 1930s and 40s. The last few years, it's only been 2,000 or 3,000. This year, only 250. We're losing country. Too many marshes are being drained, and that's a lot harder one to solve for the wading birds than plume hunting was.
So even with poaching stopped, the birds still need your help. Tell me a little bit how you became such a big fan of birds and became a bird watcher yourself.
A few years ago, my parents took me to Yosemite, and they bought me a pair of binoculars. And then we were standing on this top of the mountain, and I saw all these cool birds, so it was really fun.
And so now you're a bona fide bird watcher. Okay. All right, well, thank you guys for sharing that story with us. All over the world, everyday people are working to repair natural habitats. It's amazing what a difference we can make.
We had volunteered for the enormous challenge of trying to reclaim Lower Beaver Dam Creek.
In Washington, D.C., 9 young men and women got tired of having a really messed up creek in their neighborhood. They banded together, called themselves the Earth Conservation Corps, and set out to change the world.
I wouldn't want someone to come in and dump trash and tires in my living room. So why should we have that right to come down here and dump them in their living room? You know, the fish, snakes, birds that come through here, etc., that call this place their home, we have no right to destroy it.
Right here at Clover Elementary School in California, students are taking action on their own piece of public land, their schoolyard. And they're doing some pretty incredible things. And that makes them environmental heroes, too.
We took action by making this butterfly garden. Butterfly habitats are being reduced, and we wanted to make a healthy place for butterflies to visit.
We like butterflies because they are so pretty, but they are also important to our ecosystem. They pollinate crops and plants, so our garden is really important.
Just like people need motels and restaurants when they travel, butterflies need somewhere to stay when they migrate. Butterflies can travel long distances between their summer and winter homes. For example, monarch butterflies that live as far north as Canada fly to and from central Mexico, thousands of miles every year.
Because of protected areas around the world,
Beautiful creatures like the monarchs are still here for us to enjoy.
I grew up in Kentucky, and in those beautiful hills of Appalachia, I came to love nature. For many generations, coal miners, like my grandfather, tunneled into the mountains to mine the coal. Today, to cut costs, some companies cut the tops off the mountains to get at the coal, and then push the rubble into the streams and valleys below. When I saw that, I knew I had to fight for the mountains and the people I grew up with. Protecting the environment takes laws. One of the many things I love about our country is that every citizen has the right to ask Congress to stop something they think is wrong. I asked my friend Bobby Kennedy Jr. to testify with me on Capitol Hill.
You know, I flew over these landscapes with Kevin Richardson, and he took me up in this airplane, and I was shocked and appalled about what I saw. And I can tell you this, that if the American people knew what was going on those West Virginia landscapes and those Kentucky landscapes, there would be a revolution in this country.
I asked each one of you to pick your conservation heroes. Well, these everyday folks from Appalachia, Kentucky are my heroes. And now I'm going to share their story with you.
Before the strip mine started, life in the community was beautiful. Streams run 24 hours a day. Wildlife, fish was abundant. It was safe for children to play on the playground. Since strip mining started 5 years ago, there has been no rest. Bulldozers running all day, all night.
I am Appalachia. Once I was fruitful. But now my streams and hollows are being filled with coal waste.
What happens to Appalachia streams happens to America's streams, and we have to remember that.
I am Appalachia. Stand for me and my people. And oh, do it soon. Do it now. For I am Appalachia. And I, along with every living thing within me, am dying.
What can we do?
You could write your congressman. What do you guys think about that? Would that be something you want to do? All right, great. We could use your help.
Today it is our story. We are charged with writing the next chapter, and we have the power to decide how the story is told to the future generations.
Help keep America and our world beautiful, starting in your own backyard.
You can organize a little cleanup day in your neighborhood.
You can save electricity by turning off the lights when you leave the room.
By using a glass full of water instead of running the tap, you can save 3 or more gallons of water while brushing your teeth.
Ride a bike instead of a car. Help cut air pollution and keep healthy and fit.
You can write a letter to your congressman.
Provide a special habitat for birds by putting up a birdhouse.
Study geography to learn all about different environments, because geography takes you places.
The future of the environment is in our hands. Now it's our turn. Conservation is one of the most fascinating and rewarding and important things that we can do. Now, some of you guys are going to become scientists, marine biologists, park rangers. Some of you guys might even go down in history like some of the heroes we learned about today. But remember, it's the things we do today that matter the most. The future is in your hands. So on behalf of the National Geographic Society and the Just Within Reach Foundation, go wild, take action for our most important resource, the Earth.
Go wild! Take action! Yeah!
All right. So now I've got to get back on the road. Between concerts, I'll see lots of natural beauty and lots of environmental problems. But you know what? Now I'm going to be a little less worried, because I know you're out there doing your part for our wonderful planet by going wild and taking action.